I hope you're having a great Sunday. Well, starting this evening or starting this night, we're about to start a 3-day intermittent fast. Now, if you remember, we did this about 6 months ago. We had hundreds and thousands of people from around the world who participated in an intermittent fast. Now, there are a lot of perspectives about intermittent fast, how to do it and when to do it, and if you have diabetes or you have arthritis, can you do it? Well, today on today's video, the whole idea is to start the 3-day fast starting today. So number one is to understand how intermittent fasts work, what you should do, how you should break the fast, whether you should do 12 hours, 14 hours, or 16 hours. What are the contradictions for people who are on medication and going through certain illnesses? Number one, we need to understand right now, and you need to make a mindset change, that an intermittent fast is not a fad diet. If you have an intention to use an intermittent fast as a weight loss diet, right now, don't do it. It's not going to work for you, and it's only going to hurt for you. It's only going to hurt you. We have to understand that everything in life that we do, the things that we want to achieve, has to be with the right intention. When you back your purpose with the right intention, then things work better for you. But when things are done with the wrong intention, we have more and more problems. So right now, if you think that an intermittent fast is a fad diet, it is definitely the wrong diet for you to do right now. So let's understand what happens in the human body. There are two phases in the human body. You have the elimination phase and you have the building phase. It is extremely important to understand these two phases. Elimination phase is the phase of the human body where you do not require food. It simply means that the body is constantly eliminating. There are two phases in the human body, the elimination phase and the building phase. Every human being goes through the elimination phase and the building phase. Now, what happens in the elimination phase is, like the word says, elimination. There's detoxification happening, there's the repair work, there's the growth work that's happening. Your hormonal balance happens in the elimination phase. And in the building phase, that's the nourishing phase. That's when billions and trillions of cells in your brain and in your body is looking to be nourished. It is looking for nutrition. It is looking for nutrition to help you build, to help you sustain, to basically live life. It's survival. So you have an elimination phase and you have a building phase. Once more, I'm going to repeat that this is not a fad diet. You put the right intention for an intermittent fast to make you healthier, to help you feel good, to give your cells the rest that they need, to give your digestive system the rest that it needs. And in the building phase, you nourish it with all the food that's required. And that will give you every single benefit of the fast that hundreds and thousands of people a couple of months ago experienced, from arthritis to diabetes to, yes, weight loss, to better skin, to better hair, to even feeling better post their cancer treatments, to the boosting of immunity, and the list goes on and on. Because your body, the human body, is born with an intelligence and brilliance to heal itself if it's given the right things in terms of rest, food, water, sunshine, everything around you. Anyway, let's go straight into this. Now, if you go back into almost every religion on this planet talks about fasting. Why? It was to give your body a break, because when you're constantly eating and you're constantly putting food into your system and drink into your system, the human mind begins to slow down. We may think we have more energy, but the human mind tends to slow down. Ever had a heavy meal and then in the afternoon at lunchtime, and then you feel sleepy during the next couple of meetings, or for 1 hour your eyes are basically just drooping shut? That's because you put too much of food in your body, and the amount of digestive energy that is required takes that energy away from you. And when you have lighter meals, you find that you're more productive and you're more alert during your meetings. That's just an example. So in the older days, we tended to eat our meals much, much earlier. So if we ate earlier, we had a longer fasting gap until our next meal, which was usually breakfast in the morning. So some religions had people eat before sunset. It was a normal thing, because once the sun set, you didn't have light, and so you wouldn't be able to cook. So you ate before sunset, and your next meal was after sunrise. So you were automatically intermittent fasting. Our ancestors were automatically intermittent fasting. It's built into our genes and into our system. Now, it's a different thing today that we choose to eat our dinners later. We choose to socialize late at night. Your dinners are usually at 9, 10, 11, 12, sometimes even 1 in the morning. And yet we have to wake up at the same time to go to work or to manage the responsibilities and duties that we have. So number one, not only are you damaging your digestive system by eating so late, but you're decreasing the elimination phase of the human body, which is why some of the most common problems that we have today is acidity, bloating, flatulence, indigestion, constipation, weight gain in the belly area, and all of this, because we don't respect the two phases of the body, which is elimination and building. So number two, how many hours? Some people fix themselves on 14 hours, 16 hours, 18 hours. Well, let me just tell you right now from experience, it really doesn't matter. In fact, it's different for everyone. So don't fix your mind on 18 hours and at 12 hours, you're in turmoil and you're going through all of these, crazy feelings, and it's not supposed to be that way. Don't struggle with anything that you start to do. You may start off with 10 hours and then you may make it 11 and then 12 and then 13 and 14 and 15. Some people may be able to do 18 to 22 hours without a problem. Some people will struggle to reach 14 hours. This diet is about you. Intermittent fasting is about you. It is not about how well your neighbor's doing, your friends doing, your siblings doing, your spouse is doing. It's about you because your body is unique. Everyone will have a different hour and a time frame for fasting. In fact, what we're finding out right now, the healthier and cleaner you are and your lifestyle is, even 10 to 12 hours of fasting on water is sufficient for you. If you have a health goal, it may be 14 to 16 hours. So that time frame can vary from person to person. So people think 18 hours and immediately they get demotivated and they don't do it. It doesn't have to be there. Start off somewhere. So you'll find that the healthier you are, after about 12 hours, you'll get that normal signal from your body that give me nourishment, give me food. And you can go ahead and break it. Some people get it after 14 hours, some after 16 hours. So choose what works for you. Listen to your body. Everyone is different. If you gave up after 10 hours, don't be demotivated. If you went for 18 to 19 hours, that's great. Some people try to push it because it's a target in their mind to 22 hours and 19 hours. Don't do that. Don't push your body. Your body has a set point. When it needs nutrition, it is going to ask you for nutrition. When it doesn't need nutrition, it's not going to ask you for food. So if you're listening mindfully, it'll be perfectly fine. So how do you do an intermittent fast? Simple. In an intermittent fast, whether you choose 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 hours, you drink only water. Now you drink only water. There are these fat intermittent fasts where they allow you to drink coffee. That's probably made for the people who are, who can't do without coffee. You have to understand that the idea of an intermittent fast is to shut down your digestive system completely. Okay, and all that digestive energy, which would usually go for digestion, now goes to clean out your system, repair cells, clean out sick cells from your body, boost your immunity, and increase your energy levels. Which is why one of the most fantastic benefits of intermittent fasting is the amount of energy. The amount of energy that you feel. People who have intermittent fasted, and I can see familiar names right now, will understand the amount of energy you have when you eat less. When you fast, because less is more. When it comes to food, when it comes to exercise, when it comes to anything in life, less is more. So in an intermittent fast, you do just water. So for example, today I plan to start my intermittent fast at about 6:30 this evening. So 6:30 to 6:30 tomorrow morning is going to be 12 hours. Okay, and I add another 2 hours or 4 hours on, I'm easily going to take my fast up to 12 to 14 to 16 hours. Now I'm not fixing a number in my mind because I'm going to go according to what my body tells me. But I do know for sure I'm going to get 12 hours of a fast for sure. Now, you can choose to start it in the evening because you get a couple of hours of your sleep in between, so your mind's not awake thinking about food. Some people choose to start it at 2 in the afternoon and break it at breakfast time. Some people choose to start it at 9 in the morning because they don't feel hungry throughout the day. Again, it is up to you. Now, an intermittent fast is dependent on your lifestyle. Some people can make it an everyday thing. Some people can't because of their job, physical labor, work. Again, do what suits you. Some people do it once a week and it's great. Some people do it every day. Some people do it once in 15 days. It's up to you. It depends on your lifestyle and how much of that balance you're really looking for. So you have a good dinner and then you have your water throughout your fast. You can have as much of water as you want during your fast. Now don't overdo it. Just because you're not putting food in your system, it doesn't mean you go crazy over water. You just have the amount of water that you need. I definitely suggest room temperature water or warm water, because warm water also has a naturally detoxifying ability, in your colon, in your stomach. Warm water is good for us. It's very cleansing. So you may want to have warm water during your fast. You go to sleep, wake up in the morning, You may have a few hunger pangs here and there because of your habit, but just push through. You get a headache, it's absolutely normal, because when you're detoxifying, any organ that gets detoxified may give you a severe headache. Why? Because the toxins have to come out of your organ into your blood to be removed out of your system. Anything that comes into your blood is either going to cause you a headache or a migraine if it's very toxic. So it is normal for you, if you have a lot of toxic overload in your body, to get a headache, to feel a little bit acidic. It is normal. If there's acid in your system, it has to come up and out of your system. So you will feel acidic if you're already acidic or you have a problem. Now, contradictions, people who have extreme acidity, okay, and are on medication, you may not want to do this, or you may want to prepare yourself for this, because keeping long gaps between meals may be detrimental for your condition. But at the same time, we have loads of people, and I can see them logged in right now, who had severe acidity, and intermittent fasting actually solved their acidity. They went through 1 to 2 days of discomfort bearing all that acidity, and now they have absolutely no more acidity. Diabetes, again, listen to your doctor, because we don't know what your sugar levels are, and if your doctor's told you to eat every 2 hours or 3 hours, and depending on the fluctuation of your sugar levels, you need to take professional help for that. But at the same time, we've had loads of type 2 diabetics who no longer have diabetes because they started intermittent fasting and they learned how to manage their sugar levels within and out of their fast period. So you see, it's really the responsibility that you have to take for this. You need to make an informed decision based on your condition. Now, if you're going through cancer, obviously, while you're going through chemo and radiation and all of that stuff, you want to make an informed decision. We have patients who fast during their chemo and they have fantastic results. And we have patients who need energy during their chemo. So it's an informed decision that you have to make when it comes to this. Now, let me go over this again. When you start an intermittent fast, set your intention. What is the intention that you want to do this intermittent fast? If you have that same old weight loss, fat loss kind of a thing, it's not going to work for you. But if you intend that I want this intermittent fast to help me clean my body, help my body function the way it was designed to, believe me, weight loss is a side effect, a beautiful side effect of intermittent fasting. It will come automatically. In an intermittent fast, we can expect to be cleaner, to remove toxins, to remove sick cells from the body, to enable sick cells to start healing and enable your immunity to really, really boost up. Things like fatigue eventually get out of place. Now, why are we doing a 3-day fast? There's a particular reason why we're starting a 3-day global fast. You see, the first day while you go through all the hunger pangs that you would expect to go through. A little bit of discomfort, out of habit and all of that stuff. Day 2 gets a little bit better. You find your energy levels moving up and you find that the hunger pangs reduce. Push yourself to day 3, because on day 3, that is the beautiful part of the fast. You will not want to break your fast. You'll be full of energy, the hunger pangs would have gone, you feel clean, you feel light. So if it's the first time you're doing it, I want you to reach the 3rd day to realize that you have the power to intermittent fast. Because right now, between intermittent fasting and most people out there is fear. Fear about, I can't do this. I've always been told to eat every 2 hours. How will I function without food in my body? I'll get a headache, I'll get acidity. These are all your mindsets, which are built on fear and insecurity and everything that you read. And yes, there are certain people who genuinely have problems and they may not be able to intermittent fast. Set your intention, reach day 3, because then you know you have the power to do it anytime. You come back from a holiday, you had a late night out, a party, a wedding, you can literally rebalance and reset your body by intermittent fasting. So there's an elimination phase and a building phase. Now, very, very important. When you break your fast, you don't break it with cupcakes, you don't break it with food. You break it with water, followed by, if you can add a little bit of lemon in the water, it's great for you, followed by dates or fruits. You want to put something in which is light, which is full of raw enzymes, vitamins and minerals that can line your stomach. If you break your fast the wrong way with the wrong foods, it can cause you more harm because your stomach's empty, okay, everything is clean, and if you put something really acidic into your body, you can actually cause more harm, which is why, yes, there is no green tea, there is no coffee, there is no lemon water on your intermittent fast. It is plain water. A lot of people think they can have coffee, but that's the most detrimental thing to do because you're anyway fasting, your system is empty, and you never put caffeine in an empty stomach. You never wake up to caffeine. You never drink tea and coffee on an empty stomach because in an empty stomach, it's already acidic and you're putting more caffeine, which is highly acidic on an empty stomach. And this causes a lot of problems to people's digestive systems over the years, which is why intermittent fasting, you either do it the right way or don't do it at all. The right way is just water. You break your fast with water, a little bit of lemon, dates, fruits. Half an hour later, you are now in your building phase. You eat. The second biggest mistake people make is they try to diet in the building phase. Building means building. It needs nourishment. Your cells are looking for everything to rebuild themselves. If you try to diet in the building phase, it's just becoming a fad, and it's only going to hurt you. You are not going to get the benefits of intermittent fasting. So you eat in moderation, don't overeat. Eat what you want. When I say eat what you want, I'm saying sensibly. You can have your cup of chai with a little bit of sugar. You have your meals, because in the building phase, you want to fuel every cell in your body with what it needs. And then again, you move into the elimination phase. That is according to the biological clock of your body. That is how nature works. That is how our body works. All the snacking in between and stuff is all man-made. It's all man-made. How do you sell good snacks? By making people believe that snacks are important. Now, I won't doubt, you have a long gap between your lunch and dinner, definitely you need a great snack. You have a long gap between your breakfast and lunch, you definitely need a good snack. But this concept of eating every 2 hours keeps your metabolic rate high, it's rubbish. Metabolism doesn't work that way. You'll have a stronger metabolism when you give enough of time for elimination and the right time for building along with the right nourishment. Now, a lot of people who have a social life, they say, oh, we can't intermittent fast. Yes, you can. That's an excuse. Okay, you can intermittent fast and be social. If your idea of socializing is only to eat, you've got to change your mindset about socializing. You can still go to a party. You don't have to eat. If you're going to 5 parties in a night, you can definitely eat at one of them and you don't have to eat at the rest of them. If you're going out socializing once in a way, forget about it. Just go enjoy yourself, eat, have a drink, do all of that stuff in moderation. But there are some people who socialize every second and third day. Okay, you can still intermittent fast. You start your fast, go out, have water throughout. You know, people are not going to accept you because you're not eating. You're in the wrong group. It's as simple as that. Most people force you to eat at parties anyway because they feel bad that they're eating themselves. So you got to have a strong mind, intermittent fast, go out to socialize, talk to people, make great conversations. That's socializing as well. It doesn't have to revolve around food all of the time. So that's what you do. 3 days, we start today. You may want to start at 6:30. You may want to start at 8 o'clock. Calculate your hours, put the right intention, and start your fast. Again, if you have medical conditions, like I said, make informed decisions. Use the building phase to nourish your body. Use the elimination phase to completely rest. Can you work out during intermittent fasting? Absolutely yes. But if this is your first time, you may not want to do that because you have to see how the energy of your body balances. Most people today who have intermittent fasted before do their workouts during their intermittent fast and they break their fast like almost as their workout is ending. That's perfect because the energy levels that you experience during intermittent fasting is incredible. We have hundreds and thousands of people who no longer need caffeine anymore, even though they love it, because they're functioning on their own cellular energy throughout the day. And that's how humans were designed to function, on your own cellular energy. When you need 3-4 cups of coffee, 4 cups of tea, right then your body's telling you, hey, listen, you're functioning on the wrong energy. This is not the energy that my cells can use. You're either too tired, you're too sleepy, you're eating the wrong food, or you just have too much of caffeine addiction. Have a great day, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Start off your fast and keep posting it on the page, your progress and how you're doing. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, and breathe deep.